Hi, baby. Want to do a garden update today? Come on, let's go look through the garden. Hey guys, it's Lori from Home Right. Come on, I'm going to take you through the garden and show you some of the chores that we've been working on. Let's start here in this area that we're transitioning to kind of a berry patch up by the house. Then we have a couple apple trees to talk about. And then down here in this section, this is the orchard area. I'll give you some updates on what we've been doing with the orchard area. So our blueberries are just starting to get some blossoms. What we did is we went ahead and cut down some of the blueberries that were getting up above the mesh area of the garden. These are our early blooming blueberries. And then we have some smaller plants down here that we planted last year, and we just trimmed those down. These two plants right here are the Navaho Blackberries. In December, Keith went ahead and trimmed these way back. We have two more plants that Keith has propagated, so we'll probably plant those in this area here and possibly build some type of trellis for the four plants. We transplanted way back over there where the grapes are. Underneath the grapes there were strawberries. We transplanted the strawberries into this bed here, which they look fantastic already. They're nice and green. I think that's going to do really well in this area. And over here, this plant is a black jewel raspberry that we're trellising. In this section over here, we actually planted some garlic. I'll probably do a video on the garlic. And then in this bed, I planted some carrots that I thought were going to fail, but it looks like I'm actually getting a couple of carrots starting to pop up. So I don't know, maybe this will actually work. We'll see. This is also an apple tree that we trimmed back. This is a crisp pink apple tree. Right here, I believe this is a Liberty apple tree. Again, trying to do, this one's a little bit more like a modified center leader. So we're trying to keep that center stalk, but then also trying to make it look more like a goblet or a wine glass. So since they're still young, we're still trying to trim them out. We got really lucky with this Liberty apple this year. I actually had an apple last year. I'll show you what that looks like. Probably should not have let the apple go that long, but couldn't help myself. I had to keep the apple on it. I also have these two planters that we got this year, stackers, that will be moved up into the berry patch area because we filled these with a whole bunch of strawberries, which again, these are looking great too. So we'll move those eventually, but I think what Keith's planning on doing is trying to put them up onto a center stake with the hopes to be able to actually rotate them depending on the sun. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how that happens. The grapevine, Keith went ahead and trimmed back the grapevine. Hopefully this year we'll be able to get some grapes. There is a little bit of strawberries still down in the bottom. We left these here. These are Everbearing Strawberries. And then let me show you what we did with some of the trees. Let's start with those. Those are our pear trees, and Keith's been cutting them back. Although, we may have cut this back a little. The two pear trees were not doing good at the end of last year. So So Keith cut them way back. We may have cut them a little bit too far back. However, we are getting some new growth, so hopefully they'll pop back. No problem. Yeah. And then these two are plum trees. Trying to, I think it's called like a wine glass, design it like a wine glass, which they look pretty good now. They've been cut back. They were getting up to 5-6 feet tall, and we want to keep them nice and small. So we'll do that. The pomegranate tree, or bush, we've cut that also way back. Then we moved the fig tree again this year. Used to be over there in front of the gate, but it was growing too big. Not sure it was getting the right amount of sun. So hopefully this year, moving it here will be better. The only other plant in here, back here in the corner, is another raspberry bush. This is a Latham Raspberry. So we'll see how that one does too. So that's the update of transitioning this area into more like a berry patch. And then down over here, the apple orchard area with a couple of apple trees in here.